Boom, boom, psh. I'm indigenous, hear me spitting this. Look at my status, it is written this. My girlfriend left, but I ain't mad at her. One more shout out from Michelle Latimer. You think you're being coy then? One more from my boy Joseph Boyden.
I like hot salsa. One more for Carrie Barassa. The air's getting hotter every time I find a new imposter. Who's that over there trying to blend in? Looks like it's just another pretending. Yeah, that's right. We are deemed the Queen's most Indigenous natives. We went and got our indigeneity notarized, suckers. So we will rule as twin leaders, new kings of the Aboriginal nation.
All right, on to the news. After the fallout of They Who Shall Not Be Named's quality ancestral kerfuffle, they filed a defamation lawsuit against the CBC, which has now been dropped, but contained this tidbit of information. Michelle Latimer is quoted as saying, she was just kidding about being Indigenous, and it's ever sick that you guys believed her.
This just in. Not really. This news came out in 2016. Ethan Hawke has said that his favorite book is 3 Day Road, written by Joseph Boyden. The artist, formerly known as Indigenous, reached out to Ethan, asking him if he can adopt him so that he can be part of the Hawk Nation.
Jean Tellier appointed to investigate Carrie Barassa's claims to indigeneity. Well, you know, it takes one to know one. And remember, everyone is Indigenous until the cops come.
Okay, let's take a look at this Carrie Barassa and see how she fooled everyone. Leonard, pull up a picture.
Whoa! What the deuce was that?
That's supposed to be tiger lily.
Well, I guess some lilies are white.
And so are some tigers. Where can we stream that movie?
Speaking of movies, this just in. Hollywood is making a Nietzsche version of Titanic starring Ashley Collingbull and rapper Hellenbach. We know how this movie ends. There's no search party, and Jack doesn't die. Jack gets mental wellness checked Saskatchewan RCMP style.
Also just in, Hollywood is doing an Indigenous remake of Passion of the Christ, starring Dreesus and directed by Joey Styles. In this epic tale, this version has less gore and more starvation. And when Christ rises like the Bannock, he doesn't come back, because he got his land stolen.
Now that's a movie I could watch until the cows and plows come home. We'll be back after these messages.
For over 150 years, you've been connected to your family history through oral tradition. Our deadly storytellers and growing network of cousins have helped our members make real lots of meaningful connections. Those are more than government-given names and dates. They're relatives, broken homes, oppression and trauma that all becomes part of the stories we share around our talking circles. And while you're connecting to your family, we're working to make your discoveries easier and more rewarding for all your relations. We're evolving how Blood Quantum shows who you're connected to. We're simplifying the ways you keep track of a family, old and new. The only gaslighting we do around here is with our home fires. Improving everything we do to serve you better, because your family story has always been our priority. Imagine what's possible when we connect it all together. WhoSnaggedWho.com. A story behind every blanket door.
Welcome back. I've always wanted to know who snagged who on my res. We've found the marketing for a controversial new product that is hitting the gaming industry. A racism simulator business is causing waves through native TikTok. A brand new tech company called 4 Selections has released a brand new game. Check it out. Are you tired of not feeling the thrill of discrimination? Do you crave that feeling of always having to look over your shoulder? Are you tired of not being seen as a threat? Get ready for the latest technology and cultural appropriation advancements. That's right, now you can take it all of it, wherever you go. Do you want the hardships that come with decades of systemic oppression working against you?
Hey, saw you jaywalking over there. Let me see your ID.
For what?
Probable cause, pal. Hey, that's it. On the vehicle. Hey, on your knees. Stop resisting.
Oh, it's so real.
Smudge him before you budge him, buddy.
Carded and discarded. Now I know. Now I know.
Is going out to eat a little too easy for you?
Wow, the audacity. What a piss-off.
Racism Simulator 2022. Try this millennia or the last and unlock the pass system. Now with 3 different difficulty settings such as white passing, average Nietzsche, and dark and deadly. Holy! You can spot them from a mile away. Definitely not available at Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, or any other mart that racially profiles. Incredible business. Everyone has a chance to be dark and deadly like me. Next, we have an exclusive interview with a dancer. POWs are a gathering place where people from all walks of life can meet up, watch some traditional dancers, eat an Indian taco, get into a fight with your ex, pay tribute to Indigenous culture, run into another ex, and get into a fight over whose cook makes the best Indian taco. But it's also a place where the best dancers in the world meet to impress the judges and claim top prizes. Kajika Fourfeathers has been dominating the POW circuit for over 3 decades and has just recently been under fire for explosive accusations that bring into question his Native American ancestry. I spoke with him on this matter. Welcome to the Feather News, Kajika.
Thank you, Danny.
Could you tell me about your history on the POW circuit?
Certainly. It all began when my great-grandfather had a vision of a talented dancer, even greater than the white one, Michael Jackson, who would come and show the world how to dance again. Have you ever heard of the sunwalk?
Oh, no, I haven't. What's that like?
It's just like the moonwalk, only it's more spiritual and traditional.
Oh.
Can't believe you haven't heard of it, man. So you move forward and you tippy-tap your feet like you're dancing on the sun and you're burning your toes.
Wow. So, could you tell us about your time on the POW circuit? Any championships?
Championships. My boy, I sleep on a pile of medallions in cash. My great-grandfather foretold of a talented dancer, and now that time has come.
But these allegations of false identity, Kajika, they can't be dismissed, okay? Can you tell us when you first heard about them?
I was in northern South Dakota.
At a powwow?
No, at a taco stand. And my friend pulled up a tweet that said, "The great dancer Kajika, more like the great cancer on Native American culture. Rumor has it that he's Mexican."
Wow, incredible. A tweet.
It blew up. It had over 3 million likes and shares. It was trending. But my personal website and merch business took off. Hey, do you want a t-shirt? Or how about a beanie?
Sure, you mean a toque?
No, like a beanie, like on your head? But, or how about some stickers?
Sure.
What size are you?
I'm actually double XL.
Are you sure? You would look more like a large if you've been working out.
Yeah, actually, I've been doing like ab workouts and eating. Hey! You can't charm your way out of this one, Kajika Fourfeathers. Are you ready to announce on record that you are not Indigenous? Kajika Fourfeathers?
Yes.
Mexican says what?
What?
Haha, got him! Shit, I'm a good journalist.
No, that's not how this works. Look, I have documents from the government right here that prove I'm Indigenous.
These are just treaty documents.
Yeah. Aren't our elders and leaders always saying that we are all treaty people? Which means that we are all Indigenous?
That's not how this works, okay? You're dancing around the issue.
Yeah, and very well, I might add.
Yes, and since you won't answer our questions, I have someone on the line with solid proof of your ancestry. Norman Cloud Dancer, the greatest powwow announcer of all time. Norm?
Hey, aho, dance your style.
Norm, I have here Kajika Fourfeathers. You reached out to us to tell us that you have solid, definitive proof that he is not Indigenous.
Yes, my boy. Every dancer who registers with the powwow must be approved by me, the greatest greatest announcer ever to walk Creator's green earth.
Oh, okay. So what can you tell us about Kajika Four Feathers?
He is not indigenous. His real name is Miguel Jackson, according to this ancestry report. He is a Mexican.
Imposter!
Look, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this.
You have desecrated the sacred vow that all powwow dancers take, and the only punishment is complete and total banishment, right, Norm?
Actually, we don't care.
See? He doesn't. What?
Yeah, we don't care. He is allowed to dance with us. Come on, we all know they are just Southern Indians. But if this man was white, boy, I tell ya, he would be canceled from the powwow circuit and be allowed to become successful elsewhere.
So, we're all good then?
Well, typical news. Always trying to divide us, aren't they, Norm?
Si, senor. Oh, and by the way, we stole the taco idea from them anyways.
Yeah, we're practically cousins.
Cousins, eh? Well, I guess we should christen this cousinship. Do you got 20 bucks I could borrow?
Oh. You'll probably get two 20 bucks for this.
Oh, gracias, mi amigo. Hey. And thank you, Norm. And now, a deep dive on false identity by me. So, well, cut to me at the University of Saskatchewan. Kajika ended up taking back his medallion, and he gave me a toonie and some smokes to share with the bros. Now, today's top issue, white people who attempt to claim all the benefits of being Indigenous without actually being Indigenous at all. That's right, we're talking about Joseph Boyden, Michelle Latimer, Carrie Bourassa, and that crying Indian from that garbage commercial. The issue of false identity in Indigenous communities is not new, and it's been happening to us since they started making those damn westerns about us. I'm looking at you, Burt Lancaster in Apache. Sure, there's a bit of a gray area when it comes to actors, but equal representation didn't exist back then. But when it comes to artists, academics, or community leaders who claim Indigenous ancestry, this is where major problems can occur. There are fraudulent people out there who are willing to deceive others for personal gain, but the onus needs to be on the company that hired them as well. When an institution enters into an agreement with an Indigenous person, the only way for them to prove it is for the applicant to check a box. Just like the terms and conditions on Facebook, nobody really reads these or looks into them. They just want to get it out of the way. We here at The Feather are proposing a two-part solution for anyone claiming to be Indigenous. And you companies, listen up. Number one, if affirmative action is the case when hiring an Indigenous person, then sure, ask them for proof. But then you also need to ask the white people you hire for proof as well. And how do you do that? Ask them if they or their parents own any land. And if they say yes, then they are white as fuck. And number two, ask your token Indian if they can start a fire without any modern day tools. If they're an urban Indian, ask them if they can pull you some smokes or if they can pick a bike lock. And if they can do any of these things, they are Indigenous as fuck. Look, what we're proposing here isn't some form of identity policing. We're just asking that companies and organizations have an enhanced level of knowledge when it comes to Indigenous people in Canada to understand the nuances of this issue. This is called cultural competence, and it serves to facilitate effective communication with people of different cultures. And it starts in the bedroom. Sorry, I mean boardroom. And in the boardroom, we need more Indigenous people. The reason why people get away with false ancestry is because as survivors of the 60 scoop and residential schools, no one wants to add insult to literal injury by saying, prove it. And like we said before, people will abuse the system and break those bonds of trust, but we need to start relying on our communities to back up these claims. And don't forget, these companies need to stop hiring us just for the clout. If they really did care, then they'd put us in the boardroom bedroom. I'm available, and I mean it this time. Anyways, that's our special report. Back to the studio.
All right, folks, you heard it here tonight. Pretendians. A lot of accusations going on. A big topic of a conversation. Thanks, Latimer. But who should be accusing who? And remember, I said it first, Alan Combs. And remember when I say this, because what I'm about to say will rain hellfire and brimstone upon me. Chiefs. Who's marring their blood? They're watching mine, they're watching yours, they're looking at your aunties and uncles. Do we even want to know? Well, I do, damn it. I have found the documents. And they will shock you into orbit. I have the blood quantums of many chiefs from past and present, all of them. And there's one thing that's the same. And I don't want to tell you, but Alan Cones has to. Every one of our people, everyone, can be linked to 1/128th of Nephilim blood, and that's right. Lizard people, geckos. You know geckos, right? But human size. I'm looking at you, Dick Cheney. And they have ruled our civilization for a millennia. But right now, I am tired of it. There is a war.